Welcome to Facts TV News, where everything is true.
JTA urges teachers to return to work amid protests. The Jamaica Teachers Association is urging teachers across the island who were protesting the current salary package on offer from the Minister of Finance and Public Service to return to their regular duties on Friday, March 10. The JTA made the appeal on Thursday in a press release. The Jamaica Teachers Association notes the action of our colleagues across the island to register their displeasure regarding the current salary package on offer from the Ministry of Finance and Public Service. We understand the frustration, the statement read. Notwithstanding, we are asking you, our colleagues, to return to work, ensuring resumption of regular duties as of Friday, March 10, 2023. This is to facilitate our team return to the negotiation table as instructed by the delegates. Please give us the opportunity to discuss the outstanding issues articulated by delegates as outlined in the motion passed. Please be mindful that said negotiations are not usually entertained once our activities may be interpreted as industrial action, it continued, adding that the union remains committed to securing the best compensation package for all its members and will work tirelessly to the end. The JTA went on to say that we urge all our colleagues to remain ready, resolved, and resilient as we continue to unite and serve. Throughout the week, teachers across the island have been letting their grievance heard as various protests and sit-ins were held. Reporters were told of planned sit-ins and sit-out by the teachers up to Wednesday, when delegates of the Jamaica Teachers Association will vote to either accept or reject the government's wage offer. Last Friday, teachers at St. Elizabeth Technical staged a protest accusing the JTA of poorly labeling on their behalf in the wage negotiation with the government. On Monday, the protest spread to BB Coke High in Junction and Magati High, both in St. Elizabeth. Teachers who staged recent protests could face salary deductions, disciplinary actions. Teachers who have participated in industrial action in recent days could see deduction from their salaries and face disciplinary actions. This according to a bulletin to the administrators issued by the Education Ministry. In the bulletin, the ministry noted that it is aware of the actions being taken by some teachers in light of the unsettled wage negotiations. These include sit-ins, go slow, abnormally high percentages of absence all at once, as well as demonstrations during the work week. The ministry says these actions have resulted in students being denied learning opportunities, being barred from accessing the school premises, and being further exposed to danger due to lack of supervision during this scheduled period of learning. The ministry stresses that it has not been formally advised by the Jamaica Teachers Association of any industrial action being taken by the union. It says, therefore, that the recent conduct of some teachers is of concern and requires immediate administrative oversight guided by the Education Regulation 1980. The ministry is instructing board chairmen of schools to ensure that school administrators take the necessary steps to ensure the proper documentation of leave taken by teachers during the period of disruption since the week of March 1 is completed and the relevant records adjusted accordingly. The ministry notes that under the relevant regulations, a member of staff who is absent without leave and whose explanation of absence is unacceptable to the board through the principal may be liable to the loss of salary in respect of the period of absence. It notes further that any application for sick leave for a period exceeding a total of 3 consecutive school days must be supported by a medical certificate. The ministry stresses that principals are responsible for and are expected to give an account for the deployment of staff. Therefore, it says where a teacher reports to work and has signed the attendance register as being present at school the day, the teacher is expected to carry out his or her duty as per the deployment schedule approved by the Board of Management and issued by the principal. Where this is not done, the teacher may be deemed to have neglected his or her duties, for which disciplinary actions can be taken. The ministry adds that it will be seeking a meeting with the Ministry of Labour concerning further deliberation with the Jamaica Teachers Association JTA. Wanted man Kadola shot dead in security operation. A man who was featured multiple times on police most wanted list was shot and killed by members of the security forces on Thursday. Dead is 31-year-old Karen Kadola Angus, who was wanted in connection with a double murder and a shooting. In a social media post, the police said Angus, he was mortally wounded during an operation by the security forces in Kingston West. Reporters understand that the incident occurred about 2:40 p.m. According to a report, members of the security forces were conducting a joint military operation in the Studley Park area when officers acting on a search warrant entered the premises and were greeted with gunfire by Angus. The lawmen reportedly quickly returned fire, hitting Angus to the upper body. He was rushed to the Kingston Public Hospital where he was pronounced dead on arrival. A Lacanic TP9 pistol along with one live round were retrieved from the incident. Police say government is withholding information about compensation review. The Jamaica Police Federation said government continues to withhold information from police associations, which is critical to the discussions for the restructured compensation scheme. Federation Chairman Corporal Ron James is also dismissing reports that the associations have rejected the wage proposal. Finance Minister Dr. Nigel Clark had announced on Tuesday that $10.2 billion is allotted for the Police Federation, $600 million for to the Police Officers Association, and another $1 billion for the United District Constables Association. Corporal James stated that the reason for hesitation in signing the offer is that there is a missing information in the proposal. According to him, the associations have highlighted concerns and abnormalities with package to the ministry on multiple occasions, but they are yet to receive a response. He said the next step is to draft another letter and hope it will be addressed. The Police Officers Association, the Police Federation, and the United District Constable Association held a joint press conference yesterday to provide an update on the ongoing wage negotiation with the government.
We have not rejected any aspect of compensation because that is not within the remit of the executive body, and we have not rejected the compensation review. We simply demand the information in totality from the government of Jamaica and the Ministry of Finance so that we can articulate holistically to our membership what it redounds to. It is important for us to seek to iron out the issues that remains as anomalies and continues to affect the processes for which we believe the fundamental issues arise, impacts, which is the well-being and social protection of our membership, which we do not intend to compromise. The government of Jamaica, through the Minister of Finance who leads, continues to withhold information that is critical to the go forward and which would have enabled us to bring about a conclusion to this 6 years position, knowing that the contractual period covers 3 years and for which we believe that we have made the ultimate sacrifice as representatives and as servants of the people. And we believe that wholeheartedly the government should in fact compensate us for service to the people of Jamaica, and we should be enjoying that social protection. What is next is that we will reduce in writing the areas of concern to the Minister of Finance and his technocrats, and we will definitely await that response. We are hoping that the response will be prompt so that we can take the information to our membership for a speedy resolution.
Our Salia Hall members mourn sudden death of PRO Kareem Medley. Members of the Salia Hall at the University of the West Indies Mona campus are reportedly finding it hard to cope with the sudden passing of their Hall Committee Public Relations Officer. 21-year-old Kareem Medley, a Carmack student, was found dead in his dorm. The Hall chairman, Ricardo Joseph, described Medley as an energetic, engaging person. He said grief counseling is being offered to hallmates and other students at the Mona who interacted with Medley. He said the Hall Committee has made contact with Medley's family to offer support and that a candlelight vigil will be held in his honor soon.
Kareem is very lively. He's the PRO of the Hall Committee of the Salia Hall, and he's the live wire, I would say, of the committee most times. If you see someone being sad or someone look down, he would say things like, lift your head up, man, enjoy yourself. He is always the vibe, and he is a very, very hardworking person. We really appreciate Kareem and the work that he has done for the Salia Hall. So, yeah, he's a live wire, I would say, the livelihood of the PR committee and the Hall committee. The Hall has had councillors come in since yesterday, and some are to come later on this evening to speak to the students who are grieving and ensure that they are being prepared mentally and things like that. So councillors came yesterday 2 times. They came about 2 hours after his body was removed from the hall, and they spoke with a number of persons who are grieving, and another group of councillors came late yesterday in the evening and spoke to persons as well. As it relates to going forward throughout the remainder of the week, we will have more council sessions, and persons will be having one-on-one sessions with the students who are extremely affected by Karim's death. Not only persons on the hall, the council sessions are open to everyone on the Urimona campus who was close to Karim.
Please remember to subscribe, like, share, and click the